Good afternoon, class. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to set up your paper in correct MLA style. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to switch over to no space because that's what you need to do. You're also going to want to go to Times New Roman and 12-point font. Now that you've done that, the first thing you need to do is put your name at the top left of your paper, followed by the teacher's name, which I'm going to use Jingleheimer for instructional purposes only. Then you put your subject, and then you put the date at which the assignment is due. So I'm just copying and pasting for that. Alright, so what you can see here is it's kind of discombobulated, it doesn't look right. So what you're going to want to do is, because it's still in the no spacing, so meaning that it shouldn't have any spaces between it, but for a school assignment and an MLA paper you need 2 spacing. So I'm going to go ahead and press Control 2. Alright, and for MLA, additionally, your title is going to want to be centered, and your title is always capitalized. Everything in the title is capitalized except for a few exceptions, and there's no punctuation at the end of it. After that, you're going to go down and you're going to start writing your paper by beginning with your introductory paragraph. Alright, now once that's done, you'll notice that you don't have any page numbers on here. So that's what we have to do next. So I'm going to go insert a page number, top of the page, use plain 3. So for this, you still want the same font and style of before. So I just copy and paste. But if you just copy and paste, your 1 or your number will not be in Times New Roman and will not be font 12. So after you do that, that is essentially everything you need to know about formatting a paper in MLA style. Alright, there we go. Now, something else that I do to speed this along is I will just take an existing document and convert it over and then save as. So I save all of my documents that I do for class. So, new blah, blah, blah. Alright? So you save it that way so that you don't lose your old assignments, and then you're good to go. All you have to do is change the date. So since this is due October 8th, there we go. Already formatted. Everything's good to go. Alright. Alright, so let's do a works cited page. So what we're going to need to do at the beginning is we need to switch back over and format everything. The works cited page is not its own document, so you don't need to actually do this on every one. But since I'm just going to do an example for you on what to do, we're going to set up a works cited page. Alright, so if we're going to cite more than one thing, it would be works cited. But since we're just going to do one example, your title will be works cited. Alright, there we go. I imported it. So something else I noticed, we didn't, oh, it's not double spaced, so it does need to be double spaced. So another thing that you need to do on your things is you need to set them up with a hanging indent, so that after the first title, it'll become hanging, just like that. So the first thing you do in a works cited is you find the last name of the author, put a comma, first name, chapter title, and this is for a book, you know. And obviously, if you're not just quoting from directly a chapter title, that might not be admissible. Um, then you do the title, and the title should be in italics, followed by the title. It would be the edition, or the edition number. So it would be 12. Like, say you wanted to do a 12th edition book, it would be 12 ed dot. And then the volume of the book would be vol dot the number of volume. Followed by that, it's the city that the book was published in, the publisher, the year, the page numbers. So if there's a specific passage that you want to cover in your book, or that you're quoting from, you know, and that's all you're going to be covering from, where you're going to be using this at, to like really hone it in, so that, you know, you don't just have like a 2,000 page book and everybody's looking through there. All right. And then the type of publication, you know, if it's print, it's print. If it's not, you know, if it's web, it's web. And so that's what dictates that. All right, so now we're going to cover a magazine citation. So something that I need to change right away, since I'm citing something else, is I need to come up here and go to Works Cited. So just like before, last name, first name. Now instead of the chapter title, you're going to go to article title. And then you follow that by the magazine title, and you always put that in italics. The date of publication, the page numbers, and print. Very simple, very easy to do. All right, let's move on to newspapers. All right, let's continue to newspapers. So again, very similar. First, last name first, article title, title of the newspaper, italics, date of publication, edition. This has section, then it has page numbers and print. Very similar, just slightly different. And you know, as you do this, if you're missing anything from it, say the article doesn't have a title, then you just don't leave that in. Or you say it doesn't have an edition or a section, you just don't put that in there. It's very simple. Alright, so let's move on to a website. Alright, so I went ahead and inputted my the website example. So same thing, last name, first name, article title, website title, publisher, and this will be the date that it was published, the medium that it was published, the date that you accessed it, and then followed that by the URL. Now, some people have told me that MLA does not need the URL. Other instructors have had me include it. So I'm just being on the safe side and including it. Normally, a teacher won't take anything off from you if you have too much, but they will definitely take off if you have too little. So that's why I chose to include it into this. And then again, like, websites are going to be a little bit trickier because you're going to have more stuff that's going to be missing. So what you're going to want to do, just like before, is if you're missing anything, you just leave it out and you go to the next thing. So, and eventually you'll find something because you have to. All right, now if you want to do a journal, it's very similar. Last name, first name, article title, journal title in italics, the volume number, the issue number, the date that it was it was published. And with this, you only need the year, I believe, um, because I inputted the entire date in there. But anyways, page numbers and the type of medium that it was printed in. All right. And let's go to the final type, which would be film. Okay, so for video, it's very simple. However, it's probably going to be much longer than this, so I'm just doing the basic breakdown. So you'll have the title first, and that's in italics, like always. Then to list off your performers, you type PERF dot, and then you start listing your performers separated by commas. Distributor, you obviously label the distributor, Disney, Pixar, whatever. And then you do the year that the film was published, so 1990. And since it was published in 1990 for this example, I use video cassettes because, I have fond memories of taping over video cassettes and pressing fast forward and rewind. And, being able to stop it, get up and turn it on and press play, and it would be at the exact same spot where you left it, whether you wanted it there or not. All right. So that's going to conclude my example for this class. And if you have any questions, please remember to ask them. There is no such thing as a stupid question. Thank you.